Hey plant fam! Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Jacqueline. This is not my jungle, but Lord knows I basically brought it in here. I don't know if you can tell right now, but I am surrounded by some of my favorite plants of all time. So basically today I wanted to show you, I was going to show you 10, but as I was going through I found more. So these are 12 of my favorite leaves. Granted, these are some of my favorite plants, but I tried to go through and really choose the ones that I'm drawn to because I'm just totally obsessed with their leaves. So I'm gonna go through each one with you and tell you why I love it so much, and I hope that you enjoy it. So I don't really know where to start. I guess we could start with the plant that's right in front of me. This is the Raphidophora Decursiva, and I'm a really big fan of how just like smooth and shiny and that like really subtle veining that these leaves have. So this is still a really immature plant. Obviously, as it grows, it will get really beautiful fenestrations and the shape of the leaf changes, but I really love the way that it looks even in its immature form. So that is one of my favorite leaves right now. I've been seeing these pop up a lot, so if you're into it, I'm sure you can definitely find one somewhere near you. They are runners, so as you can see, this one's kind of like growing across the bottom of the pot and then it's putting out new growth here. So not a bad idea for me to give this something to climb on soon. I got lucky and I picked this one up at McNaughton's for $14.98. So you're definitely not going to find them for this cheap unless you get lucky, but I think I paid like $45 for another one the same size, and I thought that was a reasonable price. So, and then literally found these like a week later, but it's fine. It's fine. I do have a couple of them just because I enjoy them so much, and I hope to be able to share them with you guys once they continue to grow some more. And the next plant that I have next to me here, this is in no particular order. I'm literally just going to try and clear the table. So this is my Calathea Orbifolia. I know that Calatheas or Calathea, however you feel like saying it, they're definitely a pain in the butt. I mean, this happens, right? You get crispy edges, like it's just kind of part of that Calathea life, you know? But I am a really big sucker for this one in particular. I love the big round leaves. I love the texture with that like silver stripe on it. It's honestly just a really beautiful plant. Even the undersides are really pretty. This is its newest leaf, so it hasn't darkened and gotten totally silver yet, but if you have a humid environment and you're capable of taking care of plants like this is definitely one of my favorites. These leaves can get really, really massive too, so I ain't mad at it. Let's just hope that I can keep this thing alive until then. Texture on these leaves is just really, really stinking cool. The next one that I have here is a cutting that I have in water. There's some other cuttings in there, but just ignore those. So this is my Syngonium Albo, and I really, really love the variegation on these leaves. I am a Syngonium murderer, so I'm just letting this live in water for now. It's totally rooted, but I'm just letting it live in water because I don't want to kill it. But I really, really love the variegation on these leaves. Each one is like exciting when it comes in because you never know what you're gonna get. Each leaf is different. Sometimes they come in super duper variegated and sometimes not so much, but I just think that's really cool. I wanted to show you guys a Hoya or two because we all know how much I love Hoyas, but this one in particular is just different from all the rest of my Hoya, and that is the Hoya Caudata Sumatra, and I really love the color of these leaves. It is under a really bright light, but they are just kind of this burgundy color, and I love it. They're kind of like soft and fuzzy, like they almost feel like they have hairs on them when you touch them. The edges of the leaves are kind of like ripply. I don't know if you can tell. And it's just a really unique looking Hoya. It has these really subtle, cute little splashes on the leaves. And I heard that this one grows really slow, but I started her as 2 leaves, I believe. And she's given me quite a few this year. So I'm not mad at it because I rooted her on my own and now we've got lots of new growth. So she's super cute. Tenderling the fuck out right here. So. Then of course, one of my favorite plants of all time is the Syngonium Exotica. I mean, you really can't beat the leaves on this one. I am obsessed with these big, beautiful, stunning, silvery leaves. Like, you don't even have to have this thing climbing up a pole for these leaves to come in massive, which is not common with a lot of plants. So if you love trailing plants like I do, but you also want your plants to reach full maturity, this is definitely the plant for you because you're gonna get these big, beautiful leaves on it, even if you don't stake it up on something. Scindapsus Exotica. I feel like this is everybody's favorite once they actually get their hands on it. I'm a sucker for silver variegation. It's different than other types of variegation, even on like a biological level. So I find it really beautiful and really fascinating. That is that one. And then another one of my favorite plants that you guys would have just seen me repot in another video is my Philodendron Micans. I mean, do I even need to say anything about this plant? I feel like it's self-explanatory why I love these leaves. They're velvety, they're dark, they can get super burgundy, like the undersides of them are burgundy. There's nothing about this plant that I don't love, essentially. It's basically just a big trailing, velvety, beautiful blanket. And I love it. So you guys watched me recently repot it into these pots. I will have these linked down below for you guys if you're interested in them. And yeah, that is it. She's freaking beautiful. Still haven't cut her yet because I literally just filmed that video. You'll be seeing this after, but I just filmed it. I went through the trouble of dragging this table in here, so I wanted to film another video in here today. A more recent purchase, but I can't help it because I'm obsessed with these leaves, is my Xanthosoma Lindenii. You guys, where do I start with this plant? This is a new plant from Trending Tropicals. If you've been watching my videos, you would have seen me find this. The little spider homie is still down there chilling. We're just gonna leave him, let him live his life, let him eat the bad bugs. He doesn't bother anybody. I got a new leaf unfurling here. That's just like stunning as hell. I can't even handle it. We've got another new leaf coming in over here too. And these leaves, as they mature, the lobes on the top get even bigger and they'll even like spread out a little bit, kind of the way that certain philodendrons do. So the reason why I love this plant so much is not only because the leaves are beautiful. I mean, they remind me of the zebra plant. That's why I like them so much. But the way that it grows is very like Alocasia-like, in my opinion, if you can see the way that it just kind of puts out one leaf at a time. But it has this like hairy, fuzzy stuff on the petioles that's orange that reminds me of certain philodendrons have that feature. So, as well as the lobes that can get much larger. As you can see on more of the immature leaves, they're smaller. So I've had this for a few weeks now and it's doing well. I've watered it maybe once when the top few inches of soil gets dry. The very kind people over at Costa Farms reached out to me and told me how to take care of this plant after they saw my video. We appreciate you, Costa Farms, however you're supposed to say it, for making these available to us for a reasonable price. You should definitely be seeing these pop up in your big box stores or wherever you purchase Trending Tropicals near you. on that note, I guess I might as well show you my favorite Alocasia. So you could see what I mean by they kind of have the same growth pattern, but this is my Alocasia Black Velvet, and it's no secret that I'm obsessed with these leaves. I have a bunch of Alocasias, but this one is by far my favorite. I mean, it's velvety, and it's like, it's firm, it's tough. Like, I don't even know. It's got a new leaf coming in here. It's just the cutest dang thing. She's getting a little stretched out. She definitely needs more light to prevent that from happening, but it's okay. It's fine. I'm working on it. I have a whole grow light and everything that I need to set up in the greenhouse that I'm going to do with you guys in another video. So stay tuned for that. But I couldn't leave her out. She's definitely up there on the list of favorite leaves, period. Next on my list, I have shown you guys many times before, also another one of my favorite plants because I'm just a sucker for the variegation on these leaves. This is my Ficus Tineke, and I mean, what else is there to say? I love the creamy variegation on these leaves. When they come in, they have a little bit of like a pink tint to them, and then they fade out into this beautiful cream color. You get all different shades of green in there. It's stunning. It's absolutely stunning. I know that ficus can be a little bit finicky, so if you want one of these but you're hesitant, definitely check out my video. I will link it for you guys up here on how to take care of your ficus, because I've killed a whole bunch, and now I have a whole bunch that are not only happy, but they're thriving and they're growing, and I'd say that it's safe to take my advice because your girl murdered a whole bunch of them before I was able to keep them alive. So, yep, that's my Ficus Tineke, and I will never get tired of these leaves. You can hold me to it. I promise you, I will never get tired of these leaves. And then you guys have been looking at this one kind of just chilling in the corner the whole time because she's massive. This is my Begonia that I forget the name of. I think somebody told me once. I literally can't even see you guys. Hi. I can't even see you. Like, hi. So this is my Begonia. I don't know the name of her, but I am obsessed with her because, I mean, look at these leaves, you guys. They are this beautiful dark green with this burgundy underside, and then it might be hard to tell in this light, but these spots are actually like a really light pink. It's almost like they come through from the burgundy on the other side of the leaves, and I mean, they're massive. These leaves are massive, like so massive they're just constantly getting damaged every time I move her to water her. They come in a beautiful red color. I can't, like, if you know the name of this Begonia, help a sister out. I couldn't help myself. You guys would have seen me pick this up in a vlog that I filmed a while back for $26.95 for this massive Begonia. So I can't wait until I have the proper space for this one day, because she is staked up. I have 2 bamboo stakes in here to kind of like hold her up, because she's massive, and I can't wait to have the space one day to put her on the floor, let her get massive, and actually like live her best life so that people can actually see her as like the statement plant that she deserves to be. So we only have 2 left, and they are both Hoyas. This one you would have seen me unbox recently from Honey Plant Co., and it is my Hoya Obovata. I love this plant because the leaves are round, they're smooth, they have this really cute subtle splash on them, and they can get really, really big. There's some really big ones back here, and yeah, I mean, that's really it. I love just how round and simple these leaves are. It's always really fun for me when a plant has round leaves. Like, they look like a paddle. They're like flat. And I do find with this plant that they seem to be a little bit thinner. I think that what happened with the first Obovata that I ever had years ago, was one of my first Hoyas, was that I would continuously touch the leaves and they would feel kind of flimsy, and I would think that it needed water, and then I ended up rotting it. So I'm coming to learn that not every Hoya wants to be on the same watering schedule. So with this one, I know to just water it the same way that I water the rest, even if the leaves feel bendy, because that's just kind of how it is. And I overwatered it last time, so I am not going to do that to this one. I'm excited that it's got a bunch of new growth points and stuff, because I am hoping to be able to propagate this soon and share it with you guys. I've been keeping her quarantined, so she's not exactly getting the light that she needs, but she's doing all right for now. The thrips are mostly under control in my bedroom, but I've just been not bringing any of my new plants in there for now to be safe. I will definitely be updating you guys on the pest situation that's going on in there soon as well. My last plant is my favorite plant, period, ever, of all time. I still remember the first time I ever saw this plant when I first became a plant parent, and I was like, yes, 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 I need it. And you've been looking at her in the corner of the frame the whole time. And she also happens to be in bloom. So that's exciting. You guys get to see her bloom. And this is my Hoya Callistophylla, obviously. So if you don't know, now you know. This is my favorite plant on the face of the planet. My favorite Hoya. No matter how many other Hoyas I get, this one is still always my favorite. She just keeps blooming like crazy. She's got another peduncle up here. Can you see it? Right here. And like, that looks like there's some green up here, but she's just got this big tendril. I cut her right here, and I've been propagating another plant from it, but it hasn't given me any leaves yet. So that's kind of annoying. I'm like, all right, girl, we get it. You keep blooming. I mean, it's beautiful, but once you've seen it once, like, I don't really need to keep seeing it. I would rather you just keep putting out leaves. For me, I do love that they kind of have that red on the other side. I gotta take a good picture of this bloom before it falls off. It's just, it's really pretty. I don't know if you guys can get a good look at it there, but that is my Hoya Callistophylla. And that is also it for this video. Those are my top 12 favorite leaves right now. Although some of these are just straight up my favorite plants, period, because I love their foliage so much. But who knows? Maybe it'll change in the future. Let me know in the comments below what your favorite leaves are, if I have any here that are the same as yours, or if you have different ones. I would love to hear about it. If you like this video and you want to see more content like this, definitely give this a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss anything from me. YouTube will give you a little notification every time that I upload something. And if you want to support my channel, I do have a bunch of links and different things in the description box that you can shop through. My Etsy is down there if you like my plants and you're interested in having some cuttings from my personal collection. It is a small shop. I apologize for not having too much in there at one time, but it is just me taking cuttings, rooting them for you guys, and throwing them up there. So if there's anything that you guys have been looking for, definitely let me know. I'm happy to start propagating plants that are in demand. I do like to focus a lot on Hoyas. They're just really fun for me to root and grow, and I love Hoya. I always have lots of it. But I do have Micans and Cebu Blue and stuff like that up in the shop as well. So definitely go check that out if you're interested. And yeah, that is it, you guys. I hope that you liked this, and I hope I see you in the next one. Bye!